Okay, so this video here is going to be for removing the serpentine belt tensioner. First thing you're going to need to do is to remove the serpentine belt, and then to get access you're going to need to remove the power steering pump as well. We have links on the left of the screen to see instructions on how to do that. And then next we're going to get into actually removing the tensioner itself. Once you have your belt and your power steering pump out of the way, next thing to remove is this tensioner, and it has a couple more 12mm head bolts, one up here and then another one hidden back on this side that I'm trying to point to, but you can't see it. And then actually this one is really awkward to access. It's hard to get a ratchet in here, so we're just going to take the pulley itself off to make a little more room, and then we should be okay to remove the rest of the assembly. Okay, so I'm going to take off this 14mm bolt that's holding on the pulley and make some more room. Okay, I don't see any washers or anything in there, so it just slides on. Ooh, a little dirt. Right now, and now we got a little bit more room that we need to get the mounting bolts. There we go. Something else. The last bolt to get the assembly, the tensioner out, is right here in the center. That's another 12mm bolt. And then you'll see now the assembly is loose. We'll be able to take it out. Oops, there's a washer somewhere. Okay, when you remove this tensioner assembly, when you actually pull it off, you gotta be careful because there's a nut in the back where the pulley bolts to, and it'll just fall right out. And that actually happened when we took this assembly off and tilted it. See, the bolt fell right out, or the nut actually fell right out. So just be careful not to lose that, and reinstall it when you put the tensioner back in. Okay, so I'm going to install a new tensioner here, and I have the nut for the pulley placed in its space here. I'm going to be careful to not tilt the tensioner because then that nut could fall out and get lost. Definitely don't want that to happen. And then we got to line up our 3 mounting bolts on this tensioner.
Make sure the longest bolt is the one in the middle.
Yeah, the center bolt is longer, so you gotta get that one in the right place. And the other 2 bolts on the ends are the same length. So. There we go. Yeah, don't tighten any of the bolts before you have all of them lined up. That last one didn't want to go in. then we're going to tighten these to 16 foot-pounds of torque. So the final step, of course, will be to tighten these bolts to 16 foot-pounds of torque, which is the spec from my repair manual. There we go. Now the trick when we're putting the pulley back is to not knock the nut out from behind. You gotta hold it in place and get the bolt threaded into it. Otherwise, if you don't hold it from the back, it's gonna fall out. Okay, now we're torquing this 14mm head to 41 foot-pounds. It's gonna let us. There we go. Okay, so the next step is going to be to mount your power steering pump, hook up the high pressure and low pressure lines. You want to get that done first and get that out of the way before you put the belt on last, because you don't want to spill fluid onto your belt. That's not going to be good. And then if necessary, you're probably going to have to bleed the air out of the power steering pump as well at the end.